with our e-commerce series. In this video we are going to be developing the user profile, right? So the first thing that you want to do is we want to get the user ID. First we must initialize firebase auth. Firebase auth.instance. The second thing is we need to initialize the user. Okay, and then we need to get the user ID. Okay, so the user ID can be the user can be nullable of nullable type. Okay, so the other thing what we need to do is we need to initialize we need to get the user data from the auth controller. So if you go into our auth controller, right, inside our auth controller, we have the get user provider. This get user provider. This get user provider is going to get the user data, right? So what we are going to just do is we are going to use the famous riverport reference.watch to watch the get user provider, right? So this requires a parameter which is a user ID. Okay. Now the next step is we need to check is loading, which is equals to reference dot watch auth controller provider. Okay. All right, so now what we need to do is we just need to do some modifications, right? So we are just going to say user data dot when. Okay, so we have the data and then we have the error, which is going to have two parameters. We have the error and then we have the stack trace. Okay, which is just going to return the error text, which is error .toString. We need to just convert that into a string. Okay, the next thing is we need to the loading, right? So that if our data is still loading, we can just display circular progress indicator. Okay, so right now what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to copy this whole entire scaffold, right? So let's copy this whole entire scaffold. Let's just cut, and then let's go into our let's paste it, and then instead of now we just need to return the user data, right? And also we need to return the scaffold. Okay, so inside our if you still remember from our previous video, we had this sort of image which displays the user, and also we have this text which is going to display like the username. So what we are simply going to do is we are just going to change this to we are just going to make sure that data dot profile image, if it's not equal to now, that means we need to display the image dot network, right? Otherwise we are just going to display the image from our asset. Then we're just going to display data dot profile image dot toString. Let's give it a height of 90, a height of 90, and a width of 90. Okay, same for, let's do the same for our text, right? So for our text, what we are simply going to do is data dot first name is not equal to now. We are going to display, if it's not equal to now, then we are going to display it. Otherwise, if it's equal to now, we don't want to display anything. We just display a size box, right? So here, let's just change the text to data dot first name dot toString. Data dot last name also is not equal to now. Yeah, we need to make sure both of these are not equal to now. And then we are just going to say data dot first name dot toString. Okay, so now we are done with if we let's just refresh. Let's just see yeah, as you can see, now we are done. Now we are moving on to the profile, right? So into the profile, let's go into our profile page. Instead of container, let's just return a scaffold. Let's give it an let's give it an elevation of 0. Yep. Then so the first thing that we need, let's just get rid of this. Let's make it a stateful widget, because we are going to work with some text build. Okay, so it's going to be profile page, yeah, and then let's just change this to consumer stateful widget, since we are going to be using report and consumer state. Yeah, same, yeah, consumer state. Then let's just import our flutter report. Okay, so now what we need is a global key. Is a global key to keep track of the text form field. So we're going to say global key form key is equal to global key. Okay, like this. The next thing that we need a file, since we are going to be picking an image from our memory. So we need this. You need to import dat.io, dat.io, input output. Yeah. The next thing is we need a text editing controller. We need to give it a name. First name is equals to text editing controller, right? Like this. Also another text editing controller. Last name is equals to text editing controller. like this. Okay, so the next thing, we need to dispose these controllers so that we don't have any memory leakage. Okay, dot dispose. Last name dot dispose, like this. Okay, so now we need an image picker. So since this picking an image from memory is an asynchronous activity, so we are going to be using a type of feature, pick image, which is going to be an async. We are going to await the image picker. Okay, so we don't have this package installed, so what you simply need to do is go and then just say flutter image picker. Okay, just copy the flutter image picker. Let's paste it in our pubspec.yaml file where we have all our dependencies here. Okay, so if we come okay, yeah, now that we got it, let's just import it. I think it's now available. Okay, let's go back to, then let's just go to example. Okay, let's just copy this import statement, right? Okay, let's paste it in. Okay, so we are going to pick the image from gallery. We're going to say pick image, and then our source is supposed to be image source.gallery. Image source.gallery. Okay, and then you can choose to put the image quality, but in this case I don't need that. So now we are going to say if the image is equal to now, we're just going to return. Okay, and then we need to store that image into a image temporary variable, which is file, and then we are going to give the image dot path, the path of that image, right? Okay, and then set state. Now we need to set this image to the one that is in our temporary variable, right? Okay. So I forgot the one thing. You must wrap all this in a try-catch block. So let's put this into a try block. Okay. Then we need to catch exceptions. On platform exception. Yeah, so on platform exception we want to catch the error of that. So we need to just throw failed to pick image. Yeah, failed to pick image, like this. Yeah, Right, so now we need another function that we are going to use to pick the profile picture. So I'm just going to call it select profile image, like this. It's also going to be in async file. Okay, so if res is not equal to now, that means that if we have the image, so we're just going to set state image, which is goes to file, which goes to res. Okay, like this. Okay, now let's move into now creating our user authentication. So what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to go back into our settings file, right? I'm just going to copy all this code because we are just going to reuse it. Let's just copy it, and I'm just going to paste it here, and then we just need to import the dependencies that we need. Okay, yeah, now we're good to go. So now I'm just going to return the user data dot when. Okay, let's just display the loader here. Okay, like this. Oh, wow. So now we need to just populate the text editing controller with some data from our firestore firebase. So the text is going to be data dot first name. The same with our last name, so that you just copy that. Let's just change this to last name. Okay. So we also need to return a scaffold. And an EPA. We need an elevation of 0. And then the text, the title is going to be let's just give it a profile, and let's style it. Give it a font size of 20, and then let's give it a font weight. Okay, make it a constant. Okay, let's give it a body. Let's give it a body. Let's give it a body. Okay, so the other thing that we need is an icon theme, so that it can display an icon. Okay, SF area. can have it's a column. Then I'll have children. Okay. And then I'll just give it a form. And then inside the form, we just give it a key. So now what we are going to just do is we just need to display the Seco avatar. Okay. So let's just put it in a center widget. Okay, the child is going to be data.profile image. If the profile image is not equal to null, then we'll display the image in a Seco avatar. Let's give it a radius of 60. Also, the background image is going to be a network image. Okay, it's going to be a network image. Let's provide the URL. It's going to be data.profile image.toString. Okay, like this. Else, what we need to do is we'll display a Seco avatar, radius of 60, and then the background image. We are going to have an asset image, asset image, which is going to be assets slash let's check, let's just copy this assets user.png. Yeah, let's just copy that one. Let's paste it in here. Okay. Then so let's just wrap this this whole widget with the gesture detector, just in case the user wants to update their profile. So we're going to say on tip. Yeah, okay. And then we're going to say pick image. Okay. So they are going to pick the image. And then after this, what we need to do is we are going to display a text form field. The controller is going to be the first name. And then enable suggestions. Let's just set that to true. And then we need a keyboard input type. Keyboard type, we're going to say text input. Text input dot name. Okay. And then on changed, which is going to monitor if there is any change in our value. It takes in a value. So on changed, we want to set the first name dot text to the text that the user inputs. Okay. Let's decorate it. Decoration. Input. Decoration. Border, we just give it an outline input border. So border radius, yeah, border radius dot circular. Let's give it okay. The hint text is going to be first name, and then also we need the hint style. Okay, and then the size, let's just give it a size of 20. Okay, and then align label true. Then what we need also is the validator. Yeah, so use the validator to validate our use it to validate the user input. So we're going to say we're going to return invalid first name. Okay, otherwise we're just going to return null. Okay, and then constant sized box with a height of 16. Okay, so let's copy this, or let's give it a padding. So yeah, let's copy this. So we're going to copy, paste it below. Okay, here we go, here we go. Let's change this to last name. Okay, now we are good. So now we need to give it an elevated button. Praised, it's just okay. Child is going to be a text. It's going to be update profile. Okay, give a constant like this. So let's wrap it with size box. Then let's give it a width of 300 and also a height of 15. And then we need reference dot read. Okay, yeah, let's go reference dot read Okay, so one thing we forgot is we forgot to add the update user. Yeah, we forgot to add the update user. So let's just go into our service folder and then write the logic for updating the user. Okay. Right, so we need to go into our auth service, right? So what we are going to do is right here we are going to use the ether, and then we are going to have a future of type void. Okay, so we're going to take in the user model, user model, and then we're going to use the user. And then we'll also need to initialize firebase auth. Firebase auth.instance. We also need the user. Which is going to be the current user. Okay. Then we need the user ID. We need to convert it into a string. Okay. Right, now we just need to wrap the logic inside our try catch block. Try, then on firebase exception. We need to catch. We need to just catch that exception. Okay. So we are going to just return right. Users dot the document which is user ID. The document is going to be the user ID. Then we are just going to update user to JSON. Okay, right. So in case of an exception here, we are just going to throw e.message. Okay, like this. Then we are just going to return left. We're going to display a message failure e.toString like this. Okay, right, now we need to go into our auth controller and just finish implementing this logic. So if we go into our auth controller, here we're just going to say void update going to update the user. We take in the build context. We also take in the file, which is an image. Okay. Also have the first name. Also have the last name. Okay. Yeah. That's it. Let's make sure that it's in asynchronous function. Okay, so what we are going to do is we're going to say final. So let's just go back and just copy this logic. Right, let's copy this logic. Let's paste it in here. Okay. So now the other step now is for the storage service, because we need to be storing in images in firebase service, so we need a storage service. Okay, so let's go into our service folder, and then let's just say storage service dot file. Okay, let's click class storage service. Final firebase storage, then let's say firebase storage. Okay, and then storage service required firebase storage, and then firebase storage, and we're just going to set this firebase storage is equal to firebase storage. Okay, yeah, now we're good to go. And then we're just going to use a future either. Going to take in a string. Required. Also need a string, which is an ID, and then required file is also a file. Okay, so let's just import that import output here. So now we can write the logic. Okay, it's also in a synchronous function. We need to repeat also in a try catch block. So here what we need to do is we just need final reference. The reference, we need to reference the bucket in our firebase storage that we are going to be storing the data, right? Firebase storage dot ref, which is reference, the child, which is going to be the path of the image, and then another child, which is going to be the ID. Okay, and then we need the upload task. This is responsible for uploading our file into firebase storage. So our upload task is go to reference.put file. Which you are going to put the file, okay, like this. And then we need the snapshot, which just goes to await dot upload task. Just await upload task. So we are awaiting the task because we don't know how long it's going to take to upload the task, right? So once we get the snapshot, what we are going to do is return write. We're just going to return await snapshot dot reference dot get. We are going to get the download URL. Yeah, we are going to get the download URL, and then otherwise we are just going to return left failure. We are just going to display the message if there is a failure or what. Okay, so that's basically it with future either. I think we need to import that. Yeah, that's basically it with the storage service. But what we need also to do is we need to create the storage service provider, right? Storage service provider, which is equal to provider reference. Then it's going to return the storage service reference dot watch. We need, okay, I think we need to import riverboard here. Let's import flutter riverboard. Reference dot watch firebase, yeah, firebase storage provider, like this. Yeah, now we are good to go. Let's go back into our auth controller. So what we are going to do is we're just going to say final image response. This goes to await store. Okay, so I guess we have to also provide the storage here. Final storage service, storage service. Okay, I need to put it here. Required. Yeah, that's the nice thing about riverboard. It allows you to do dependency injection. Yeah, so let's go to storage service, goes to storage service, like this. Yeah, now we're done. Storage service. So storage service dot store file, and then the path, our path, we are just going to say profile images. So as you can see from our storage service, we have just created this storage service. It allows it's a reusable storage service. So next time we are going to want to store something in our firebase storage, we don't need to write that logic again, as we have written it into our storage service, as you can see. And then the ID, let's just use the user.id, ID, yeah. And then the file is going to be the image. Yep. So that's it. So now we are just going to say image res that right dot fold. So L, that means we have a failure. What you're going to do, we are just going to say scaffold. We're just going to display scaffold messenger dot off messenger dot off of we're going to provide the context, and then we need to show the snake bar dot show the snake bar, and then we need to provide snake bar. The content is going to be a text, so we're just going to display the text with the error, which is l.message, right? So something like this, yeah. And then when we have error, which is success, yeah, we just need to write a few logic here. I'm just going to say final user is equal to the user model, yeah, like this. UID is equals to the user ID, like this. First name is going to be first name. Also last name is supposed to be last name. Yeah, profile image is equals to r.toString. Yeah. Since why did I put r.toString? You need to understand this logic from our storage service. We say that if we are going to return right when it's a success. So when it's a success, we are going to return the download URL. That download URL is the profile image, right? So that's why I used it here, r.toString. This is our download URL. Okay, so let's just close that, and then we are just going to say final response is equals to auth service dot update user. Yeah, then we'll provide the user. Otherwise, and then let's just state state to false here. Okay, so now what we are just going to do is we are just going to say response dot fold. Okay, so let's just copy this scaffold here. So what we are just going, basically what we are doing here is we are saying that L and then R res is undefined. Okay, so what we res dot fold. Okay, so if there is a error, we are just going to display that message. Error, that means that it was successful. So what you are going to do is profile picture. We're just going to say profile updated, like this. Okay, yeah, so we are getting an error somewhere. I guess it has something to do with reference.watch or the service provider. Okay, store edge service ref.watch storage service provider. Yeah, now I've gotten rid of that error. Yeah, so now if we go back to our profile page, what we were just going to say is update user, then right, and then it's going to be image. And then we're going to first name dot text, and then last name dot text, something like that. Okay, must be an underscore last name dot text. Okay, yeah, so we're still getting an error somewhere. Okay, we'll forget to add the semicolon. Okay, so if we refresh our app, then let's go to our yeah, then let's go into our profile. Yeah, now you can see first name, last name, because we don't have any implementation. Pick image, missing plugin implementation, no. Okay, so let's just copy this error and let's see what's causing us not to. I think it has something to do with permissions. Okay. So I think what we need to do is let's just stop the application at first. Let's just stop it and then let's run it again. Yeah. Running. So let's just test. Let's just test our application. Okay, Tony stuck. Okay. Okay. So as you can see, it's displaying last name on both. So I think there must be a typo with if let's go back text controller, total name dot first name. We must change this to last name, right? So that this should not happen. Okay. So if let's go back to our app, as you can see. If I type, let's just pick an image, type issue, and then like this. So you can see profile picture updated. Okay, so yeah, that's what's it for the user profile. I think we'll work on it some other time with the user interface. It's not that good, but yeah, if you like this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up and make sure you share this video, and also make sure you subscribe to this channel so that you do not miss any of my Flutter videos. Thanks for watching, guys.